Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time we got all our characters back in the party, including Locke. Finally, yay! This time we're going to take on the last dungeon in the game that is not Kefka's Tower. Game! Seriously, I took one step on the damn map. Anyways, back here at the Fanatic's Tower, here we go. Now, the cheap way to do this dungeon. Bring Mog, skip all the battles, get all the treasures, and then lose all the final battle because it's too damn hard to fight with just Mog, or even a party with Mog for that matter. So the best way to do this place, I'll go ahead and show you my equipment real quick, is to make sure everyone has, you know what? Let's do it this way. Like this. Everyone has wall rings. I gave everyone earrings so their magic's a little bit stronger, except for Go-Go, who I also brought along this time. This will be the one and only time I use Go-Go, so don't blink, you will miss it. Everyone else has about as good as magic defense as I could give them for now. So let's do this. Let's do this. Everyone's got wall rings, so magic defense isn't going to be that big of a deal. But when I do get hit with magic, it will be nice. It will be nice. So, guarantee all the new enemies here will be new, at least at first. All the enemies here, or at least most of them, have these names, level 30 magic. They'll be, I think there's level 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way to 90 of magic enemies here. Yeah, other than that, there's not a whole lot to say. One thing I should probably do before I get too much further into this place is make sure everyone has float, because there is one of these level whatever magic people who definitely uses a quake spell, and quake is not reflectable via reflect, duh. So you definitely want to have float on everyone while you go through this dungeon, and I did mean to do it before I started going through here. Luckily I didn't run into the enemy who's gonna kick my ass using it to start off this place. I should probably stop using these damn flare spells, otherwise I'm gonna run out of MP real fast. Another alternative way to not use up your MP so much is actually to equip some gold hairpins on some people, which I may do as I go up here, because as you'll first notice while you're here is there's no fight command. All you have is magic. The only thing you can do in this dungeon is magic. Hence the reason why the party I'm using is the party that I'm using. My three mages, obviously, Terra, Stragus, and Stragus? Why do I keep calling them weird names? Strago, Terra, and Celis. And that's the reason why I brought Go-Go, because Go-Go just mimes all of them. And I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to use him, because I'll probably never use him again. Anyway, for winning that battle, I got Cure 3 done with Celis. So let's just work on Pearl, I guess. What I really want to do before I get to the end of this dungeon is make sure that somebody has Life 3 learned. Now, Phoenix is the Magicite I got last episode, and it has really nice spells. Life 2 and Life 3. Fantastic spells. We are going to need Life 3 to even beat this dungeon, so make sure you learn it before you get to the very end of this place. Now, let's see what we got in the treasure. Safety bit, which is basically like the memento ring, but anyone can equip it. If you talk to the wall here on the right, you actually open up another door. Oh god, level 90 magic. Be careful. Be careful. Be fucking careful here. Now, a good way to skirt around fighting the level 90 magic, cast Berserk on it. That way, it won't be able to... yeah, that way it won't be able to... Oh, wait, what the fuck? Wait, what? I thought Berserk couldn't be reflected. Oh, I thought Berserk was one of those spells that... Oh, I got it backwards. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Go ahead and cast your stop. You're just gonna shoot it back on yourself. Anyways, you want to Berserk this guy because he'll use a bunch of magic on you, and obviously my reflect rings are gonna save me from most of that magic. But the downside is he has a couple spells that are non-reflectable. Quake being one of them, I think, but the scariest one is you want to watch out for. He has Meteor, and we know how fucked up Meteor can be. Meteor can fuck over your whole party in one attack. So you got to be really careful when you fight this guy. Make sure you either Berserk him or kill him so quickly that he has no chance of casting Meteor, but it's so random that don't even take that chance. Put something on him to make him so he can't use his attacks. Or I say, can't use his magic, not just his attacks. And I'm just spamming the shit out of Flare. I'm going to run out of MP so fast, it's not even going to be funny. Well, it'll be a little bit funny. It's alright. I don't mind using my tinctures. I really don't. For the lower level magic enemies, I'll probably start using lower level magic instead of wasting my flare attacks. See, the downside of using Strago here, well, not that this downside. If you gave him regular magic, it's fine. But one thing about Strago, you have to note that you can't use his lures here, even though that is magic as well. You can only use the magic command. Alright, another new enemy, the Magic Urn. Now these guys, they give you a decent amount of magic points, but they like to run away, especially when they get put on their own. For some reason, they like to cast helpful spells on you, like they heal you, they cast Remedy. I would like to kill at least one so they're on the belt. They give you a nice little rage for Gao, which is one of the rages I will try to be getting before I go to the end of the game. I'm going to try and have a lot of the best rages for Gao to try out in the last dungeon. Cell's got to spell, but she's not done with her thing. Air Anchor. Edgar's best tool in the game. Yeah, it's here in the Magic Tower. How ironic is that? What's really nice is most of the battles here to give you a tincture for winning. So if you are running out of MP, you can heal up with using all the tinctures you're getting. Alright, here's a couple new types of the magic enemies. Level 20 and level 40. A very common type of battle you will fight here of this combination of enemies. Another good way to dispose of enemies here, if I didn't just say it, is X-Zone. Because pretty much most of the enemies here are susceptible to being instant deathed with it. Deathed with it. Except for maybe, I don't know, the level 91 probably. I don't know for sure. Oh, that's right, Vanish Doom. That's the Vanish Doom trick right there. He did it to himself. I didn't make him vanish. He did it to himself. Anyways, this place is very redundant. If you couldn't tell, it's just a bunch of stairs going up and up and up. Even worse than Zozo, if you ask me. This is the level 51. Does he actually hurt himself with that? Ha, dumbass. Oh, apparently. Okay, never mind. I called him a dumbass. Okay, you're not that bad of a dumbass. I was kidding. I was kidding. You're not that big of a dumbass. I'm kidding. Like I said, though, make sure you fight enough battles to make sure somebody has life 3 by the time you get to the top of here. I mean, the smart move would have been off screen for me to actually work on it, but I didn't feel like doing that. I don't always like to grind off screen. It's kind of boring. And this place gives you tons of magic points after each battle, so if you can't get 100 magic points by the time you get to the top of this place, you're just skipping battles. And that's dumb. Like I said, this place is super redundant, just a bunch of staircases like Zozo, but even more so. Just make sure you don't run past the treasures. Yes, that's an awesome Genji shield. For free, we don't have to make it from a Thunder shield. The nice thing about this dungeon is it does not take long at all to do, especially if you have the sprint shoes. The battle encounter rate isn't too bad here, so it's not like it's ridiculous. But if you're not ready to block magic, you might as well not even attempt this dungeon. So basically, if you don't have wall rings. Alright, I think this one's going to have... Yeah, okay, this one has another new level enemy I haven't fought. Level 70, I think, is in there. Yeah, level 70 magic. Oh, I should not have done X-Zone. That was dumb. I forgot that freaking one in the back is not susceptible to death. You can't kill him. Maybe the one that's floating in the air will die, and that'll be good. Well, we got the one who can't be killed by it. Awesome. Or wait. Oh. X-Zone works on enemies, even if they're undead? Oh. Never mind. Fuck my life. I thought they didn't work on enemies who were undead. I guess it's better than using Doom, because Doom just kills them and they come right back. But X-Zone sends them to the fucking X-Zone, so they can't come back no matter what. It's different from dying. You're sent to another dimension. You ain't coming back, bitch. You ain't coming back. These other two enemies, I'm not going to take my chances. I'm just going to bust out some flare on them and just let them die that way. I'm not going to bother wasting my time doing X-Zone and failing. Oh, don't do Rasp. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Do Rasp to yourself. I didn't even know Rasp was reflectable. Everything's reflectable in this game, man. I swear. The only things that aren't are like Meteor and Quake, and that's just about it. Although, is Ultima reflectable? I don't know. Speaking of Ultima, I'll have to talk to you guys about the Ultima magic later. I got some things that, well, maybe not in this episode. Probably get to the whole Ultima discussion next episode. Because after this, the only thing left to do is to go to Kefka's dungeon, or his tower, or whatever, and take his ass on. Or at least go through his dungeon first. Of course, the final dungeons in every game take forever, right? But there's a lot of side stuff. Not a lot of side stuff, but there's like, you know, a lot of small side stuff. No more dungeons left, but a handful of small items we can go back and get. I want to do some more battles at the arena still. There's still a handful of things I want to go around and do. So we'll probably do like a preparation episode next time. I know we're fighting these battles, I don't even know what to talk about. So now I'm talking about what I'm going to do next time already. We're not even doing the end of the episode yet. Whatever. Celos learned Pearl. Terra learned Life 2. She's got to be getting closer to Life 3 now too as well. Anyway, if Celos learned Pearl, that means she's done with Alexander already? Wow, that was quick as hell. Well, I guess you can just work on Terato for now. Just don't waste my time. Life 2 is good, but it's not what we want. We need Life 3 by the time we get to the top here. And if I don't have it by the time I get to the top, I'm going to grind for a minute. Anyway, one more treasure. Stunner and another dragon, in case you didn't notice. Before I go into this battle, I'm going to go ahead and give some tinctures to some people so everybody's got some MP back. And let's take the dragon on. You might be wondering, why are you so hasty? Well, he's the white dragon, and all he casts is magic. So if you have wall rings, you are completely immune to being hurt by this guy. And so you might want to just start busting out some magic, because every time he casts Pearl, all that does is it goes right back onto him and heals him. So you want to hurt him faster than he's hurting him, or I should say healing himself. And we're just going to go flare all day on this fool. Is he weak to anything? He's not really weak to any spells. I mean, you could try to stop him from healing himself, but you know what? Let's go ahead and try. If we stop him, he won't be able to heal himself. He actually is vulnerable to stop. That's not even fair, right? How you gonna make him vulnerable to stop? Another thing you can also do is mute him, so he can't even use anything. Basically, he won't be able to use shit if you mute him. So whatever, no matter what you do, it's just this battle is too easy. If you came to this dungeon prepared for the dungeon, you came prepared to fight this guy. Simple as that. What would have been a smart move by the makers of this game is to make this dragon the one that actually uses physical attacks, and yet you're prepped for magic. So that would actually make this battle more difficult. But instead, they went ahead and put the guy who was weakest to what you were prepared for in this dungeon, in that dungeon. Kind of lame. Like, same with the flame dragon in the last episode. They put the fire dragon in the fireplace, so it was like you were prepped to fight him already, so it didn't even matter. He was so easy, like you didn't even really have to worry. Same problem with this guy. So if it was up to me, I would have made sure the hardest possible one in that dungeon, like for that setup, would have been the one in that dungeon. It just makes more sense to me. If you want a game to make it more, like if you want to make it more difficult, instead of going with the obvious thing, just putting an enemy that of course you're going to be ready for, you already set up for it. Make you have to come up in here prepared to switch your equipment right before you fight it. That would have made more sense. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. Either way, this white dragon's pretty easy. He just got too much HP for his own good, and I'm only doing 2,000 a pop here, so it's going to take a little bit of time to whittle him down. Like I said, he doesn't have a weakness, only vulnerabilities. I believe I did stop him, so he's not healing himself anymore. One positive note, right? One positive note. But when I'm only doing 2,000 to 1,000 a pop, well, then I'm going to take forever to kill him. I really am. Doop 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 doop. Finally he died, took long enough. Finally he died, it took long enough. Now I'm hoping, let's see, is there a save point by the time I get to the top of this place? I don't think there is. I wish there was. That would be nice, because if there was a save point here, then I could... Oh, that's right. For winning, we get a Pearl Lance. Yay! 2 dragons left. That's 6 out of 8. Anyway, that's that second Pearl Lance I was hoping to get, so now Mog and Edgar will both have one when I'm ready to use them both. That will be an awesome setup. It just occurred to me that Flare costs less MP. Flare costs less MP than Fire 3 or any of the level 3 spells for that matter, which is kind of weird to me now that I think about it. Alright, Terra learned that Life 3 spell like I was hoping for this whole time, so we will be all good when we get to the top. Hell yeah. In fact, on my way there... Wait, is she done learning everything? Oh, she wasn't done learning quick. You know what I'll do? I'll take Strago off of there, and I'll go ahead and let him start learning Life 3. In the meantime, we'll let her finish off Learning quick, what she was almost done doing. Wow, she was really close. I didn't even notice. Alright, well, as I was going to say, don't be afraid to use elixirs. I know you like to save them. You might like to save them for the last dungeon. Okay, so last treasure here, force armor, and yes, that is the last treasure in this dungeon. But as I was saying, elixirs, what are you saving them for, really? You're saving them for last dungeon stuff, right? Well, this is technically the last dungeon before the end. Would you believe me if I died in that last battle? Freaking A, man. So I had to go through this whole tower again. But here we are at the top. Let's make sure we're all healed up. Yes, I had to fight all the battles all over again. So I'm still just as hurt as I was before, if not more. I'm not worried about my MP too much. Yes, we're going to fight a boss, but not in this room. Let's go in the room first and go ahead and pick up what it is. The gem box, which actually is the same. Well, okay, it doesn't let you equip or attack 4 times, but what it does is it lets you hit with 2 times the magic. See how magic changes into X magic? Fantastic. I'll go ahead and put it on Terra just so we can try it out in this next battle that we were about to face. But let's head back down the tower first. Or we'll get stopped by a bunch of mindless monkeys. I called them monkeys, but you know, like monks. I guess they're not really monks because they have hoods. Mindless followers. Master Kefka's treasure. Return it now. That was Kefka's treasure? Pfft. Good luck getting me to give it up. Piece of shit. What's with the ghost? Is the ghost gonna come help me? Maybe not. Help. The ghost is coming for me. Ah, the ghost! And it's Magi Master, which is exactly the same as the number whatever we fought earlier in the game. Now, the thing you want to do immediately is cast Life 3 on everyone in your party. I hope it's not a reflectable spell. I don't think it is. We'll find out in just a moment. I don't think it's a reflectable spell, is it? Okay, good. No, it's not. Alright, so we're going to cast Life 3 on everyone using Terra. It should only take 2 turns. And otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and start bouncing spells off of ourselves to hit this guy. It doesn't really matter which spells you use. It really doesn't. He doesn't have a weakness to any particular thing. What you can do is cast Berserk on him. So maybe we should try that just for fun. Wait, can you cast Berserk on him? Can you really? For some reason, I didn't think you could. Huh. That's kind of funny. Yeah, your best bet is to use Flare because he does wall change. And you know how wall change is garbage, right? How you can't even... figure out what element he's going to be weak to. So you might as well just bust out some non-elemental damage like Flare, which will hit every time. 100% of the time, every time. So yeah, I was tempted to start using some elemental spells, but because of his reasoning, because he can block a random element, I might as well just bust out some flares. And it looks like everyone now has Life 3, so we are completely safe from his ultimate attack, which he will use when he is about to die. The only thing is, if he's berserked, can he use it? That's the weird thing. I didn't know he was vulnerable to berserk, because if I knew that, then maybe I wouldn't have... I'm curious. When he's about to die, I wonder if he'll do it. Because see what happens when you're about to kill him. He casts the spell Ultima. Hence the reason why you want to have Life 3. Because Ultima will kill your entire party unless you all have more than like 5,000 HP apiece. Which I clearly do not. So therefore I would have lost. Because I'd kill him and then he'd kill me and we'd still get a game over. But if he's berserked, can he cast Ultima? I'm a little curious to find out. He has a lot of HP though, so we're just going to have to whittle away. Just keep hitting him with flare attacks, and eventually he will go down. I'm tempted to see what element he's weak to. You know, I should do that, just so I know. Because then maybe I can... Oh shit, Terra ran out of MP. I didn't even notice she was running low, but she did cast Life 3 4 times. Makes sense. I'm going to try out some lower elemental spells and see which one might actually hurt him. And then I'll try to like do some casting on all to do some more damage on him, because this is gonna take forever if I just do flare the whole time. He has like 50,000 HP. 2,000 a pop is gonna take a while. So let's see, is he weak to fire? Does he absorb fire? He is 0 on fire. Okay, well, let's try ice then. If he's 0 on fire, then ice has got to hurt him, right? Okay, ice heals him. Nope. That means Bolt is what he's weak to right now. In which case, we should probably use Bolt 3. Okay, Bolt does 0 as well. Never mind. Let's just use Flare and stop trying to figure out some other way to hurt him. Seriously. That was lame. I thought I could hurt him in some other way, man. I guess I was wrong. Guess I was wrong. Should have just straight up wrote in my notes you can only hurt him with Flare, but I just said cast. I just wrote cast spells off of yourself. That's useful ass notes, isn't it? It doesn't tell me which spells. I mean, if I had to guess, clearly Flare because elements, duh, but if I could have hurt him with a different spell, it would have been nice. I mean, Pearl might work. I guess I could try Pearl. Does he absorb Pearl, maybe? No. I don't think he absorbs anything unless he has the wall change for it. You know what? Let's try one Pearl spell. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? I mean, I don't even know if you guys have seen me cast Pearl yet. You've seen me get it casted on me. You've seen me cast it via the Pearl Lance. But I don't think you've seen me actually cast the spell Pearl. Today's your lucky day. Just die. I'm glad I put the Flare or the X Magic thing on Terra because Terra's my strongest mage. Big time. I mean, between her and Celis, it's close, but Terra is still the strongest. I think it's because Terra's higher level. Pretty much. And Go-Go is by far the weakest. Hence the reason I'm probably never going to use Go-Go again. So like I said, don't blink, because this will be the last time you'll ever see me use Go-Go. Pearl, also completely nullified. Don't bother with Pearl. Just use your Flare attacks. Clearly the only way I can hurt him. Wow. How would you hurt him if you didn't have Flare? I wonder. I honestly don't even know. He would absorb everything else. Maybe they know that you need Flare to beat him. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. And you can't avoid it. Whatever, I'll just keep on using it until he dies then. Fuck. If I run out of MP, so be it. I guess I could Osmos him if I run out of MP. Maybe I could have did that instead of wasting an elixir. We'll try that if I run out of MP with anyone. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. He does have like 50,000 MP to go along with his 50,000 HP, so I don't see why not. In fact, we'll go ahead and use Osmos right now with Go-Go. He's running low. One thing about Go-Go that I want to mention is he always reminded me of Gilgamesh, even though I know they're completely two different people, because Go-Go's a mimic and Gilgamesh is more of just a strange 8-armed character. But still, for some reason, they reminded me of each other, especially this version of Go-Go. Think about Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy VIII, the one that you get to replace Odin later in the game. For some reason, that's what it reminds me of. That particular thing. Like that particular form of Gilgamesh. I don't know why. It's just a weird thing that I connect in my mind. I know it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense in the overall scheme of things, because Gilgamesh and Go-Go are in the same game, Final Fantasy V, but yet I still think of them as similar characters for some reason. It's just me. Well, maybe it's not just me, but as far as I can tell, it's just me. Most fans will probably be outraged that I would even think such things, because they're all butthurt that Gilgamesh is the best ever. How could you possibly think he's somebody else? He's the best ever. He's Gilgamesh. Don't get me wrong, Gilgamesh is cool and funny and all that, but he's just Gilgamesh. It's not like you get to be Gilgamesh. That would probably make him more worth it. And apparently he does cast Ultima when he's about to die, because here it comes. The first time you will see Ultima spell. Holy shit, what the fuck? Oh, scared me. Scared me. Whew. I forgot, Life 3 doesn't save you from death. It brings you back after you die. Whew, I almost lost my breath there. I didn't want to have to do that dungeon again. Oh my god. Okay, so for victory, we obtain a Mega Elixir, and that's it. That's all we get. That's it. That's the end. The end of the road, folks. I know. What were you hoping for? Something a little more spectacular, maybe? Do we seriously have to walk back down out of here? No fucking way. Are you serious right now? You can't be serious. I'm not walking back down. I guess I have no choice, but that's bootsy as fuck. Well, I'm not walking back down on screen, I'll tell you that much. Next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI, as I was mentioning earlier, we're going to do a bunch of random stuff to prep for the Kefka Final Dungeon, because the Kefka Final Dungeon is going to take us a while. So I'll see you guys then. Peace. So we went through the Fanatics Tower this time, and we could only use magic. Can you think of any other games where you could only use magic, either in a dungeon or at certain points in the game? It's kind of a trivia question this time.